Good morning, trainees. Welcome to USTP CDO, the venue of our training. This is a TESDA-accredited training center. It was established on year 1927 as Misamis Oriental Trade School, also known as MOTS, which catered elementary level only. Then it became MSAT, the MMPSC, MPSC, MUST, and now it is known as University of Science and Technology of the Southern Philippines. By the way, I am Ms. Beatrice Besinga. I will be your trainer for this program. So before we go to the proper orientation, please stand for the prayer. Amen. So please take your seats. Now let's check your attendance. Please say here when I call your name and submit to me your registration form. Okay, Cogalito July.
Here.
Thank you. Miss Madriaga Mary Chris.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Salasaran Kiana.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, so now let's go to the proper orientation for the competency-based training for Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing NC2. So let's start with the competency-based training. What is this competency-based training? As you can see stated at the PowerPoint, competency-based training, or CBT, is a training delivery approach that focuses on the competency development of the learner as a result of the training. Competency-based training emphasizes on what the learner can actually do, focuses on outcomes rather than the learning process within a specified time, and also is concerned with the attainment and application of knowledge, skills, and aptitude to a specific level of competency. There are 10 principles of CBT, as you can see stated on the next slide. These are: number 1, the training is based on curriculum developed from the competency standards. Here, learning materials that are directly related to those standards are not available in bookstores. The standards are written in specification required for the workplace. Number 2, learning is modular in structure. Here, training standards contain information and requirements in designing training programs for certain qualification. Number 3, training delivery is learner-centered and should accommodate individualized and self-paced learning strategies. Here, learning is done by the learner's own pace. Number 4, training is based on work that must be performed. Learning is based on the actual industry practice. So number 5, the training materials are directly related to the competency standards and curriculum modules. Number 6, assessment is based on the collection of evidence of the performance of the work to the industry required standard. Number 7, training is based both on and off the job components. Number 8, the training program allows recognition of prior learning, or RPL, or current competencies. Number 9, training allows for multiple entry and exit. Number 10, programs are registered with the UTP-RAS. So far, are there any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so since there are no questions, I will be moving on to the next slide. I will be showing to you my role as a trainer and also your role as a trainee. So number 1, as a trainer, the trainer serves as a team member to determine what is to be learned. Number 2, the trainer stimulates trainees' motivations. Number 3, the trainer manages learning, a consultation rather than a provider of information, a facilitator of the learning. Number 4, the trainer diagnoses and solves learning problems. Number 5, the trainer evaluates students' achievement. Number 6, the trainer assists learners to obtain individual rewards. Number 7, the trainer assists each trainee in designing a personalized plan of study. Number 8, the trainer installs confidence in the learner by providing experiences where learners may succeed. Number 9, The trainer serves as a model for the desirable work habits, attitudes, and past performance in the occupational field. Number 10, the trainer spends more time interacting with students on a one-on-one or small group basis. Number 11, the trainer helps those students who really need help. Number 12, the trainer accepts responsibility along with the students for the task learned or not learned. So next, I will be showing to you your role as a trainee. So number 1, as a trainee, trainees may select what they want to learn and when they want to learn it within reason. Number 2, trainees learn at their own rate within the program guidelines. They may speed up, slow down, stop, or even repeat a task. Number 3, trainees may request to receive credit for what they already know. This is done either through pre-testing or through a review or a task list completed at another training site. Number 4, trainees may choose how they want to learn individually, on a one-to-one basis, in small groups, in large groups, or with audiovisuals. Next, trainees are responsible for what they learn and when they learn it. Next, trainees decide when they are ready to perform each task or demonstrate mastery of learning to a job-like level of proficiency before receiving credit for the task. So next, trainees decide when they are ready to perform each task or demonstrate mastery of learning to a job-like level of proficiency before receiving credit for the task. Number 7, trainees help develop personalized prescription for learning work out cooperatively and based upon what the student already knows, his preferences of learning, learning style, and other needs. Next, trainees compete against press jobs and standards and not against other students and are graded on achievement of the standards or criteria of each task. Number 9, trainees know upfront before instructions begin what they are expected to know and do to complete the program. Number 10, trainees evaluate their own progress to see how well they are doing. Number 11, trainees move freely in the workshop, laboratory, and/or training center. Number 12, trainees know they will be rated mainly on performance, while paper and pencil tests will be used mainly to check their knowledge of the task. Number 13, trainees learn according to their interests, needs, and abilities, not according to the teacher timelines and expediency. Okay, so right now I would like to ask Ms. Madriaga to give a summary of what the roles are for the trainees.
Okay. We the trainees can select what we want to learn and when we want to learn within the reason. We the trainees can learn in our own rate within program guidelines. We the trainees also can choose if we want to learn individually or in large or small groups. We are responsible for what we have learned and when we learn it. We can also evaluate our own progress and we can move freely in the workshop or training center. And we the trainees can learn according to our needs, interests, and abilities and not according to the teacher timelines and expediency.
Okay, thank you for that, Ms. Madriaga. So now I will orient you on what is EPAS and its Qualification Overview. EPAS stands for Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing. The Qualification Overview for EPAS, it consists of competencies that a person must possess to assemble electronic products, prepare printed circuit boards or PCBs, modules, and to install and service consumer and industrial electronic products and systems. Okay, so on to our next slide. We have the competencies under the EPAS. Here you get to see 3 competencies, which are the basic, common, and core competencies. Under the basic competencies, you participate in workplace communication, you work in team environment, practice career professionalism, and practice occupational health and safety procedures. In common competencies, you apply quality standards, perform computer operations, perform mensuration and calculation, prepare and interpret technical drawing, use hand tools, terminate and connect electrical wiring and electrical circuits, and also test electrical components. Also, the last is the core competencies. You get to assemble the electronic products, service consumer electronic products and systems, service industrial electronic modules, products, and systems. In this training, we will be using the CBLM or the competency-based learning material. So what is CBLM? CBLM is a learning material that has information sheets that contain learning activities, self-checks, and immediate assessment or understanding based on what you have read in the information sheets. CBLM has an answer key for an immediate feedback for your self-checks. It has operation sheets, task sheets, or job sheets to practice your skill and performance criteria checklists, which will be used to assess or evaluate your performance. The information sheet is where the content and learning activities are found. Self-check is an immediate assessment or evaluation of what you have learned. Answer key is the immediate feedback of your self-check. Task sheets, operation sheets, and job sheets, these are performance tests. Performance criteria checklists will be used to assess or rate the task sheet, operation sheet, and job sheet. So these are the methodologies that we will use during our training. We will have discussions or lectures. We have individual or self-paced learning. We will also have hands-on or demonstrations. We also have monitoring tools such as the progress chart and the achievement chart. The progress chart is a monitor of the learning outcomes and competencies achieved by each trainee. It is displayed in a place within the training area frequented by the trainees. The achievement chart is a chart that monitors the required project and activities usually in the job sheets of the CBLM. In evaluation, assessment is based on the collection of evidence of the performance of work to the industry required standard, and there will be results such as if you are competent or not yet competent. We have evaluation tools to be used to assess your progress throughout the training. These evaluation tools are written test, direct observation, pre-test, post-test, performance test, and oral questioning. So what you see here is our workshop layout. Kindly get your pen and paper and it will give you a tour of our workshop. So guys, you will see a room labeled Contextual Learning Laboratory. This is the facility that ensures the underpinning knowledge in science, mathematics, and communication principles as applied to the technology. Next, you will see Learning Resource Area. This area provides the learner with the knowledge requirements in various modules responding to the competencies. Next, you will see the Quality Control Area, where various tests aside from metrology and calibration are conducted in this area in process quality control. Next, you will see the Distance Learning Area. This area enables the learning provision outside and away from the training institution. Next, you will see the Computer Laboratory. This area depicts major physical change in the delivery, the use of information technology. Next is Support Service Area. This area provides value-adding competencies. Next, you will see Practical Work Area. This is an area where the learner acquires the skills and knowledge components of the competencies prescribed by the standard. Lastly, you'll see the Institutional Assessment. This is where the recognition of the prior learning is done and where the institutional of each competency. So let's go back to the contextual learning area. Do you have any questions or clarifications?
No, ma'am.
So since there are no questions, I will now administer the pre-assessment. I have here the self-assessment checklist and data gathering tools for trainees' characteristics. The data gathering tools for trainees' characteristics will help you to determine your background, experiences, and your knowledge. And of course, this self-assessment checklist will also help you determine your current competencies that is relevant with this qualification, so that the training will be personalized according to your needs. So guys, I will give you 2 minutes to accomplish these forms. Please read the instructions carefully. You may start. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so may I have your paper? you. Now I will administer the pre-test. This is a 30-item test. You are given 30 minutes to finish the test. Here are the test papers. Please read the instructions carefully. You may start now. Are you done? May I have your papers? Okay, thank you, trainees. You may take a 1-hour break. Welcome back, trainees. So, how was your break? Did you enjoy your snacks? Okay, so I have here the results of your pre-assessment, and based from the evidences I gathered, it seems that you, Ms. Salasalan, has a prior learning of this qualification but still in need of validation. Please submit to me your evidence tomorrow. Would you like to recognize your prior learning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Cogalito, based on the result of your pre-assessment, you do not have yet the knowledge on your qualification. So, I advise you to start learning on content workplace preparation. Okay? Everyone, please be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and bring your PPE. Please stand for our prayer.
Amen.
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 Okay, goodbye everyone and see you tomorrow. Good morning, trainees. We are now in day 2 of our training. So please stand for the prayer. Amen. So let's check your attendance. Please say here and raise your hand if I call your name. Cogalito July.
Here.
Madriaga Mary Chris.
Here.
And Salasalan Kiana.
Here.
Okay, thank you. For those who have prior learning, please submit to me your evidence. Okay, thank you. It says here that you have 3 years of work experience at Maxim Integrated Philippines. Would you like to take the institutional assessment now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I have here your training activity matrix. This will be our guide throughout the training process. So for today, Ms. Kiana Salasalan, you will be assigned the institutional assessment to validate your prior learning. And Ms. Madriaga, you will be assigned here in the contextual learning area. Mr. Cogalito, based on the result of your pre-assessment yesterday, you don't have yet the knowledge on your qualification, so I advise you to start on workplace preparation, okay? Okay, Mr. Cogalito, here is the CBLM. Please read all the information sheets starting from 1.1 to 1. Answer the self-check. Compare your answer to the answer key. Practice the skill using the task sheet and job sheet at practical work area station number 1. And evaluate your performance using the performance criteria checklist, okay? So if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I am more willing to assist you.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Hello, Ms. Salasalan. Are you ready to take the institutional assessment for the validation of your prior learning?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Salasalan, given the necessary tools, materials, and equipment, you should be able to demonstrate how to prepare and identify the hand power tools, test and measuring instruments with allotted time of 3 hours. Right after the demonstration, please prepare for the oral questioning. Okay, Ms. Salasalan, your time is up. Please take 10 minutes break for the oral questioning. Are you ready now for the oral questioning? Okay, so number 1, give examples of driving tools.
Example of driving tools are hammer and screwdriver.
Number 2, what do you call an electric measuring instrument that combines measurement functions in one unit?
And for measuring is multi-tester.
Miss Salasalan, based on the evidences I gathered, you were able to perform, prepare, and identify the hand and power tools, also the test and measuring instruments. With that, I congratulate you as competent in this unit of competency. I will now award the Certificate of Achievement. For this, I will now update the achievement chart and progress chart to monitor your progress, and please proceed to the Contextual Learning area. Ms. Salasalan, may I ask you to assist Ms. Madriaga in the preparation of necessary tools, tests, instruments, and personal protective equipment?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Please proceed to the practical work area. How are you, Ms. Cogalito? Are you ready for the institutional assessment?
Not yet, ma'am.
You want me to have a lecture about workplace preparation?
Yes, please, ma'am. Have a lecture about the workplace preparation, ma'am.
Okay, so I will be discussing to you now about workplace preparation. 5S, or Good Housekeeping, involves the principle of waste elimination through workplace organization. 5S was derived from the Japanese words seri, zeton, seso, zeketsu, and shitsuke. In English, they can be roughly translated as sort, set in order, clean, standardize, and sustain. Okay, so let's proceed now to another institutional assessment. Mr. Cogalito, are you ready now for the institutional assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may take your 10-minute break and be ready for your institutional assessment. Okay, so how are you, Mr. Cogalito? Are you ready for the institutional assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have here a 30-item exam. You have to answer this within 30 minutes, okay? Okay, so Mr. Cogalito, your time is up. Okay, so Mr. Cogalito, based on the evidences I gathered, you have answered 25 out of 30. With that, I congratulate you. You are competent for this unit of competency. I will now award you the Certificate of Achievement for this. I will now update the achievement chart and progress chart to monitor your progress, and please proceed to the Contextual Learning area, okay? Your time is up. Ms. Madriaga, how are you? Would you like me to demonstrate the preparation of necessary tools, tests, instruments, and personal protective equipment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so before preparing the necessary tools or instruments, you must first identify what type we actually need. So for this demonstration, what we need is a multi-tester, hammer, and screwdrivers. We place it all on your work area, and remember guys, not to point these screwdrivers to anyone or even yourself. And of course, what we need is our personal protective equipment like safety glasses and electrical gloves. Okay, so please proceed to the institutional assessment, Ms. Padriaga. Given the necessary tool, material, and equipment, you should be able to demonstrate how to prepare and identify the hand and power tools, test and measuring instruments, with the allotted time of 3 hours. Right after the demonstration, please prepare for the oral questioning. Take 10 minutes break for the oral questioning. Okay, so number 1, give examples of driving tools.
Example of driving tools are hammer and screwdrivers.
Number 2, what do you call an electric measuring instrument that combines measurement functions in one unit?
An electronic measurement instrument is a multi-tester.
Okay, so Ms. Madriaga, based on the evidences I gathered, you were able to perform, prepare, and identify the hand and power tools, test and measuring instruments. With that, I congratulate you as competent in this unit of competency. I will now award you with the certificate of achievement of this. I will now update the achievement chart and progress chart to monitor your progress, and please proceed to the contextual learning area, okay? I will now update the achievement chart and progress chart to monitor your progress. Ms. Salasalan, I will now administer the post test. It is a 30-item test. You are given 30 minutes to finish the test. Read the instructions carefully. Are you done? Pass your paper. Please give me the moment to check your paper, and while waiting for the result of your post test, may I ask you to evaluate our training? Thank you. Read the instructions carefully. Ms. Salasalan, are you done? May I have the evaluation form? Thank you. So Ms. Salasalan, based on the result of your post test, you got 29 out of 30. You improved a lot. With that, I congratulate you already for completing the training of the entire qualification. Okay, so I will now award the Certificate of Accomplishment. I advise you to go to the nearest assessment center and schedule your national assessment at your most convenient time. Okay, so that ends my demonstration. The remaining trainees will undergo the same progress because one of the principles of CBT is multiple entry and exit. Thank you!